me. Second time's the charm. What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video, something a little bit different than we're used to on the channel. I've been thinking about for a long time for the channel, even a couple months or even a couple of years that we've been doing this. So I've tried to film this video once before, filmed all of the audio, but the footage decided to not be on the camera. So here we are, round two, filming why small YouTubers, it is the hardest thing ever to get off the ground, and why it is the struggle and the awful truth of what's really happening to the small community that is on YouTube compared to about 7 to 10 years ago on the platform. If you've been following me for a while, or maybe you're even new here, you know that I've been on the YouTube platform about 5 years now, making various different kinds of content, whether that's fitness vlogging, or maybe that's some competitions and music videos, hockey videos, you name it. We've probably done it on the channel, skits thrown in here and there. But being a small YouTuber for this long, you know that I possibly have a bigger aspect or bigger scale of things revolving in my head, or even what I want to accomplish on the platform. But being a smaller YouTuber, I think I have a pretty good perception of what small YouTubers have to do, or even need to do to get to a bigger audience. And it's just something you don't really hear about, whether it's somebody that has 1,000 subscribers or even 100,000 or even 1 million. They don't talk about the little guy too much, and I don't think YouTube really cares anymore about what the little guy has to say, or even the content that the little guys put out, regardless of what that may be.
Hell yeah. I love me some ladies.
To really grasp this concept, you have to understand where I'm coming from as a small creator and looking at YouTube a couple years ago, even before I started making content consistently on the platform. Back in the day, YouTube was for the small little boys like myself trying to make a name for themselves, or even get a wider range of audience. And there was always things called like spotlights, or even they had badges at one point, and YouTube was about the little guy. It wasn't about these media companies or even the talk show late night hosts getting thrown in between the little guy and screwing up the whole algorithm situation.
I like to talk about how much we have in common more than we are different.
Stupid things like that already have an audience on cable television, and it's not about the little guy anymore. Like myself, trying to keep making videos and keep making entertainment for people like all of you, even for the little audience that I have.
I was depressed before the show. Now I'm definitely depressed.
The reason I'm making this video is because it goes by a name of a YouTuber called Scott Kramer, who actually made a video just like this one a couple years ago, and I think it gave me the inspiration to shed some more light onto the subject by being a smaller channel than he was at the time, and giving you some insight of what it's really like for a small YouTuber to keep grinding, keep the creative juices flowing during that time period, just like myself right now.
A 9-to-5 job isn't something that everybody was built to do. Just like college isn't for everybody. A lot of people go to college and they think, why in the world did I do that? That wasn't worth it for me. There's a lot of things that a lot of people do, and it's not for everybody. So I got an advertising degree, and I always tell myself I love advertising. I don't. What I've figured out is that what I love is creating. I don't love advertising. I love creating things and sharing it with people. And advertising was always just a way for me to create. I've been lying to myself saying that advertising is what I want to be doing because it's a safe thing to do. Having a job is safe. And it's easy for people like Will Smith and Steve Harvey to say, you have to jump. And you don't make it, you're screwed. Here's the thing though, I truly believe that I could make it if I jumped. And I think you have to have that mindset if you want to be able to succeed in pretty much anything. And I know this thing doesn't happen overnight. YouTube can't just happen overnight. I stress about perfection on this channel so much because I'm so small. If I had like 300,000 subscribers, if I made a video that wasn't perfect, I would have enough fans, actual fans, that they would be able to forgive me and just move on, and I'd be able to go to the next video and improve on the next one. Problem is, nobody wants to sponsor a guy who gets a couple thousand views per video on average with like some weird spike every few months. My channel is so small that YouTube doesn't care about helping me out and pushing my content to people because I'm not helping them. It's not a mutually beneficial relationship. Just never know what to do. I know that I could do this and I know that I could do it well, but nobody's watching.
Oh, well, doesn't that mean that you're not doing well? Because people would watch if you were doing well.
YouTube is just one big game, and you have to play the game. You have to have 10-minute long videos. You gotta do the special thumbnails and the crazy you gotta do it all a special way if you wanna get there. If I don't focus on this YouTube thing, then it's never gonna turn into anything. It's the biggest catch-22 that I've ever been involved with in my life! It's just this endless, depressing cycle, which every day I wake up and I think about it, and I needed to just like I needed to get it out there because I know other people feel the same way.
As much as I love the whole creating and hustle and grind of the whole YouTube situation, putting content out left and right, it just goes to show you that even as much time or as many content pieces you put out, it doesn't mean that you'll be a successful creator on the platform. And I really think that's where the lottery effect comes in play. What the lottery effect is, everybody, is exactly what it sounds like. It's when, let's say, you have no videos on your channel, but somehow you upload one video and boom, hits that lucky sweet spot, and you get a rampant amount of subs coming in, get a rampant amount of views coming in, and people stay for that content. And especially being in the fitness industry, there are people that manipulate you and lie to you. I will admit that I was one of them that was manipulated and lied to along the way, but now we're here, we're thinking clear, and we're a college graduate, and we're thinking for ourselves and not anybody else anymore. And people, especially like me, who have to keep grinding, keep putting out videos, keep doing all of these things to, let's say, learning how to use a camera or learning how to edit or learning how to make all these angles and stuff like that. So that's why I had to switch up the whole pace and not just make fitness vlogs anymore, fitness videos anymore, and had to switch it up with some skits, or maybe I had to switch it up with some music videos. And people like me, that's why you get a various wider range of different contents instead of just one single one, because we like to keep things fresh, keep things new, and keep trying out things that maybe an audience will like in the future. And just what you have to learn when you don't get that lucky sweet number, that sweet spot in the algorithm, or even that lucky lotto number that I haven't just quite experienced yet. Now, overall, what I'm not trying to say is that YouTube was a terrible thing to begin with. I mean, hell, it gave me the ability to create my own business, videography-wise and photography-wise, for influencers or even national businesses or even local businesses here in TOL. But I just wish my own personal content got pushed against the odds, got to a wider range of audience when I kept on grinding for 5 years instead of the same old audience seeing the same old numbers time and time again. I just wish that the odds weren't placed against me, and that maybe one day, or even soon, that'll hit that lucky number. But that's just the way that things roll. Keep on making content, even for the little guy. It has always been the struggle. It's been for real. And that's definitely where the old saying comes from on the channel, Viva the Underdog. Ever since the beginning, everybody loves an underdog story, and I think mine is definitely one hell of a one to tell. Regardless of the places that we've been, the people that we've met, I mean, we've been to various different states, various different cities for various different reasons, and I can be no more grateful than I am right now just because of how far we've come in the past 5 years of making content. And I'm very thankful from where I started to where I am now. Couldn't be more happy, but I just wish that my channel would do a little more growing and a little more showing for it to tell with all the hard work and dedication that we put in, places that we've been. I mean, I get to keep listing on and on, with whether that's Austin, Houston, Tulsa, seeing my boy Ayush in San Diego. I mean, it just, all these experiences in life I couldn't have experienced without the help of you, without the help of people recommending the channel, or even seeing my work for what it is worth. And Viva the Underdog will always be the statement on the channel that's never going to change. The underdog story will always be told and always keep moving forward. So I'm not going anywhere. Just a little thought I had in my head for what I needed to share with all of you. And Scott, if you see this video, I appreciate you. Thank you for the inspiration for making this one. And of course, if you like the video, subscribe. It's been a hot one making this. I mean, goodness gracious, it's about to rain. I'm doing this for the second time around, but I had fun hanging with you, telling you what I needed to tell you. If you like the video, subscribe, holla at your boy down in the comments below, and of course, I will always see you in the next one.